What is going on, YouTube? In today's video, we're going to be working on the Tahoe. Pretty much what's going on with the Tahoe is, like I said, it's dropping oil pressure, and when I'm on the highway doing 70, 80, the lifters tap and the oil pressure sticks at around 40 when it's supposed to be around 50 or a little bit higher than that, honestly. But at first I thought it would be the oil pump, because this Tahoe is closing in on 200,000 miles. It's at 194, I believe. But after doing some research, I quickly realized that it's a different issue. So on the 99 to, I believe this is a problem for all the way up to the 2013 Tahoes. The O-ring around the pickup tube is known for failing after, on higher mileage, older vehicles. So pretty much what you just have to do is drop the oil pan and replace the pickup tube oil ring, or pickup tube O-ring. So in today's video, that's exactly what we're going to be doing. I brought my pickup tube O-ring up here somewhere, but I put it down and I don't remember where I put it, so I gotta find that. But it's going to be a simple process. I'm gonna jump down here and show y'all in a second, but for my four-wheel drive guys, you're gonna have to drop the front diff and loosen the axles. If you don't have four-wheel drive, all you gotta do is drop the little crossbar, and that'll give you enough access to drop the oil pan. Not too hard of a process. While we're down there, I also got a Pro oil pan gasket. I'm definitely going to change that. At 200,000 miles, it does not make sense to put the old one back on. Just don't do it. Yours is more than likely going to need to be changed. That also can help bring your oil pressure back up. On top of that, mine is leaking. I have a few other leaks, but that's one of the main ones. So we're going to change that and the O-ring, and that should hopefully fix our issue. So now I'm gonna go find the O-ring, and we are going to go ahead and get under the car so I can show you what needs to be done. Alright guys, so I got the little crossbar off, and it turned out to be two 18mm bolts on each side. So now 17 and 18, mine were both 18. I watched some videos where guys had two different sizes, but again, mine were both 18mm. So just keep that in mind. For my rear wheel drive guys, this is all you have to remove, and you'll just be able to drop the pan. But as you can see on my oil pan, there is oil everywhere. I might have more work cut out for me than just this. As you can see, look at all this sludge built up on the oil pan right here. Something has been leaking for a while. It looks like I need a new oil pan bolt. I also have oil on the back of my transmission pan. So I have my work cut out with this. The next thing I'll probably change is my valve cover gaskets, but that's beside the video. So next we're gonna drain the oil. We'll leave the filter connected just because, I don't know, we may take the filter off, but I don't want that leaking. So we'll drain the oil and we'll start getting these bolts off. So I'll jump back to that when I start back on the next part. Alright guys, so we got the pan off, and it was a fight a little bit, but here's what we have now. Inside of the pan just looks pretty dark, bad. You can tell this was a very well used vehicle. And the top, well, there's more kind of sludge and stuff. I mean, this is a high mileage Tahoe, so it is what it is with that. But what we're here to do is get this pickup tube off. So right up here is where we'll be getting the pickup tube O-ring off. So there's a 10mm here, one right here, and one more up back there somewhere. Yeah, back up there, that we got to take off.
and then we can get the O-ring. Also, we got to take some brake cleaner and go across the surface just to get all this old or oil and stuff out the way. And also, after we get the pickup tube off, I'll be able to tell if I have Gen 3 or Gen 4 rods and kind of look at the condition of that. I can peek through there. But as you can see, I do kind of have a little bit of oil on my flywheel, but I think that is from oil flying everywhere from this not being sealed correctly. There is just tons and tons of oil all over everything, so I think my oil pan gasket, to say the least, was cooked. So we'll get it in a second and we'll take a look at it. But so now let me go ahead and get these off, and then we'll look at the pickup tube O-ring. Alright guys, so I got it off, and I want you to see how flat this is on the side. If you look very closely, it is extremely flat. And yeah, this is definitely done for. And if you look at the new one, it's round. It just looks a lot better. So one more time, the old one, you can see how the surface is very flat and it just lost its structure. So this should fix all my problems. And here's the pickup tube. So now, as a bonus, after I throw this on, it just goes right on this end right here. I will show you guys inside of my block. See if I can get a light off in there, and we'll see if we have Gen 3 or Gen 4 rods, because mine is a 04 Tahoe, so I don't know. Some years they switched it around. So let's get under there and check. Alright guys, so I wasn't able to record under there or try it, but you just can't see. It's real tough to get a good camera angle underneath the windows tray, and I'm not going to take it off just to show you guys. But after looking under there, I can see that I have Gen 4 rods. So it's off topic of the video, but this is a Gen 3 truck, and like I was just saying before the last clip, some of them in 2004, some of the Gen 3 motors got Gen 4 rods, and my Tahoe is one of the trucks that got Gen 4 rods. So the reason that's such a big deal is because they're bigger, or they're just thicker rods. They put a little bit more material on them, just a better design overall. So these are some Gen 3 4.8 rods that I took out of an 02 4.8 that's sitting over there under a trash can. And how I realized it is, if you look up here, if you look right up here, you can see, if it focuses, you can see that it is all smooth, and even up to where the rod connects, it's smooth. And if we look at a Gen 4 rod, which I do have a set of Gen 4 rods over here, you can see that everything comes up at an angle, at a sharp angle. And I couldn't see this end, which would give it away. There's a dimple on Gen 4 rods, and also there's not many smooth areas. Everything is sharp angles, as you can see. So on this part, it looks pretty much exactly identical to my motor. So that is how I realized that I have Gen 4 rods. So with that being said, I'm gonna jump back to getting this oil pan gasket off. But before I do that, let me know if you guys want to see this truck make some power. Let me know what you want to see in the comments below. Back to the video. So here is my dusty, crusty oil pan, and good gracious, has this thing seen some use. You can see that it has a little bit of, that's not good, crap. But you can see that it has a little bit of sludge down off in there. Just a little bit. I mean, this is 190,000 mile Tahoe, but as you can see, in two different areas, the gasket is riveted in, and what you have to do is pretty much just drill them out. So you just get a small drill bit and drill it out. So that's what I'm gonna do next. I have a kit somewhere, just gotta find it, but that's what we're gonna do next. All right, so we got rivets drilled out and we got the gasket off, and I went ahead and cleaned this off with some brake clean and a rag. You want to make sure you do that so the gasket can have something to stick to. So now I just need to do that to the block, and then we will be reinstalling the gasket. All right, folks, so as you can see, everything's back installed. All we need to do is put this crossbar back on there, and after we do that, we'll be able to start the Tahoe. The only other thing I need to do is tighten a few things, but other than that, everything went smooth. The gasket went on fine. Hopefully it stays, and hopefully my oil pressure is restored. So I'm gonna go ahead and do everything I need to do, and then we'll jump to starting the Tahoe. Hopefully everything is good, but I'll probably have to drive the truck to know for sure. All right, guys, so I'm driving home from work, and as you can see, it's raining. But I've been driving the Tahoe. I drove it home from the shop. I drove it to work this morning, and now I'm driving home. And we have 0 issues. The oil pan definitely, yeah, the gasket, the oil pan gasket and the O-ring were both bad. The oil pan gasket was worse than the O-ring, but I'm pretty sure the O-ring was the majority of the issues. So I'm glad we fixed that. It solved all my issues, and as you can see, oil pressure is holding. It probably could be a little higher, but it's not ticking anymore, and it's higher than it was. So that's gonna do it for this one. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you did, go ahead and leave a like, subscribe, comment, and hope this was helpful to everyone that's having this issue and may not know exactly what it is. If you have a higher mileage Tahoe, this is probably gonna happen to you, so just keep that in mind. And this is something you need to check for when you test drive Tahoes too. It could be a minor or a major issue. It could be this, or it could be the oil pump. So that's gonna do it for this one though. I hope y'all enjoyed it again, and as always, y'all take it easy, and I will catch y'all on the next video.